Introduction. Let us get something out of the way before we go any further. At no point in this book will I attempt to convert anyone to veganism. This book is not even about that type of veganism, and in truth, I am not even that type of vegan. The veganism in question here is a lifestyle. It is not just about eating vegan food if you are a lifestyle vegan, which is a whole different conversation. This book treats veganism the way I did when I opened my first vegan restaurant as a cuisine. This book is about cooking a specific style of cuisine. That cuisine happens to be vegan. Throughout the book, I will provide information to support those who want to be vegan full-time. This book is designed to help two types of people. Well, maybe three. And I am making this up as I go. The first type of person who will benefit from this book is probably already vegan or in the early stages. Or they may enjoy eating vegan on occasion and want to understand the cuisine better. This person is looking for some of the dietary considerations of veganism, but is mainly looking for ways to make food that their strictly omnivore companions will enjoy as well. The second type of person is what I would call culinary inquisitive. These people are mostly other chefs and foodies who, for whatever reasons, would like to increase their knowledge of vegan cuisine. The third person, see, I knew it, who will benefit from this book probably has no intention of ever reading it. They are the staunch omnivores, the meat and potatoes people, the people who refuse to admit that a meal without bacon could dare call itself a meal. These people stand to benefit the most from this book, which will likely have to be summarized by one or both of the first types of people. What is vegan food? Vegan food, by definition, is food that does not contain any animal products or byproducts. Simply put, you cannot use anything that was a part of an animal or anything that came from an animal. I know that sounds limiting, but roll with me for now. It is not anywhere near as bad as it seems. Otherwise, vegan food exists on a pretty broad spectrum. On one end, you have things like Oreos, some Pop-Tarts, and most French fries. Often processed, usually unhealthy, still yummy though, and often what some vegans would refer to as accidentally vegan products. They did not make Frosted Flakes vegan decades ago intentionally, trust me. On the other end, you have what most people probably think of when they think of vegan food, super green and healthy, exotic sounding, organic foods. In this book, I seek to avoid both of the far ends of that spectrum. There will, of course, be some gastro food, and I will recommend some processed vegan substitutes that I have highly vetted. There may also be an ingredient or two that hails from super picky vegan health food land, but I promise they will not come with a pamphlet about how they have superfood powers and can make the blind see again. Why should you listen to me? These days, my diet would probably be called mostly plant-based, whole food-centric, goes hard when out at restaurants-ism. I was vegan for over 3 years, 2.5. There was some cheating on both ends of that era. It is what it is. During that time, I opened 2 vegan eateries and 1 vegan wholesale product. Going vegan and opening a vegan restaurant are 2 very different things. While it was a very open niche, especially in the city I opened it in, it presented some unique challenges. The typical issues of ingredient selection, menu development, and promoting accessibility were amplified by the need to stay true to the niche. If you say you are selling vegan food, you are subject to the same degree of scrutiny as halal or kosher restaurants. You cannot just let in some pork here and there. We had to develop relationships with multiple food purveyors, place special orders, and in some cases, order directly from producers. For example, the mayo I wanted. I knew every grocery store manager in the country before we were finally able to get in with the mayo plug. The specialty ingredients added to our food cost and thus added to the pressure to hit a home run with the menu. For those in the industry, I was happy to hit a 35%. 100% pure vegans only made up about 7 to 9% of the population back then. A community that's small is not going to keep your business afloat, no matter how loyal they are. The only way to survive is if we could get omnivores to eat the food too. I had a good friend working on the social media and marketing end. He also helped with running the FOH. I set up the restaurant's operations systems, ran the BOH, and handled the menu. In year 1, We did over $350,000 in sales, and according to what data we had access to, nearly half of our customers did not identify as vegans. In year 2, we hit $885,000 in sales, and that ratio changed dramatically. We didn't even need to see the data. The restaurant was in partnership with a boutique neighborhood market, and you could see how many of these customers had meat, cheese, and dairy in their baskets. Our marketing got them to us, and the food brought them back. Cooking is my passion. I have always sought out new and exciting cuisines to expand my culinary knowledge. Some cuisines have unique challenges, which for me is just as fun as learning the latest ingredients and recipes. Asian cuisine includes both wok cooking and dim sum, which are now 2 of my favorite skills to use. Neither of them is something you learn overnight. The main challenge with vegan cooking is, just being honest, to not make it appear or taste like vegan food. My goal back then is the same as it is with this book. I want to hear people say, there is no way this is vegan. Thank you for reading. I hope you enjoy it. Bon appetit. Try durian. Just once.